Cooking too.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
We back up?
we should back it up.
Okay, so I can talk now.
Yep, yep,
I'm
yep.
good.
We
You
got it.
can't stop us. You can't stop us. So here's what's going on. There is a statue that was created in Times Square. And let me just pull up some facts about the statue. You can pull it up if you want, Mr. Producer. I don't know if that's is that showing over the full screen
Yeah,
or is that but yeah,
we'll
so
take care of
yeah. So right now, let me pull up
that. All right.
about the artist. And let me read this. You can pull it up if you want, or you don't have to. It's all
I
good.
got
Okay. This is about the artist who created the statue. Born in 1981, Thomas J. Prince is a British sculptor known for his works that explore themes of identity and representation. He studied at Chelsea College of Art and Royal College of Art. His notable works include Reaching Out in 2020, a bronze sculpture of a black woman using a smartphone, and Moments Contained in 2022. Prices are often challenges traditional representation in public spaces, aiming to bring visibility to marginalized communities. That's a buzzword. Whenever I see marginalized communities, then you gotta wonder what the heck this person, he's some liberal scumbag. That's all that means. When anybody uses the word marginalized community. Now, what about this is so infuriating is let's look at the representation of white cultures here. And you want to pull up representation picture number one. We'll go through
Yeah.
all three of them. Let's look at their pictures and see if we see any difference between what they portray as beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful, sculpted out of marble and gold laced, right? That's a representation of their culture. We can go to the next one. I don't know how hard it is for you to get through
Yeah,
all
I
of
got
that.
one at a time.
Okay. Well, we'll
Like,
just go through one
yeah.
more, whatever
Okay.
one you want. And it goes to show you when there's a representation. Yeah, that's such a cool statue there. Muscular. Look at that. And the fold in the fabric and the artistry of it. I'm an artist myself, so I love sculpting. And I always love like creating something that shows the beauty of what you see in regular life. And you look at other cultures, whether it be Greek, Roman, whether it be any type of white culture, that's not how they depict themselves. Is a fat woman that's looking homely and angry. That's not what they depict, but that's what they think of you. And let you try to change white liberal. Let's not be fooled either. This is a white liberal doing this. This ain't like no Republican showing you, oh, this is what Republicans think of black people. No, this is white liberalism using buzzwords like multiculturalism and all this diversity, equity, and inclusion crap. This is what they think of you. Do you understand? If you want to say something about it, they're gonna say, ha ha ha, bless your soul. Do you really think you're in control? That's what they're gonna say because they don't care what you think. As a liberal, this is what they depict you to be. And when they depict that, when they portray that, you ought to know what that means. Is it we still live, Mr. Producer? Okay. When they depict that, you ought to know what they mean. I remember seeing this commercial and it was funny and people memed the mess out of it because it had all these families. It had like, just for example, this is not exactly, but this is like a paraphrasing. They had a white family, husband, wife, kids. They had the Indian family, husband, wife, and like 4 or 5 kids. They had the Hispanic family, husband, wife, and like 6 or 7 kids. They had the black family, woman, 2 kids. What is that saying? What does that say? What they think about you? That's what they think of you. They don't think they look at our the functionality inside of black culture, and then they represent it as beauty to you when they know it's wrong. They know it's not right for a woman to be alone and to not have a man. But in that commercial, they put it in there as something to be proud of. She was looking happy like it was, this my family, y'all. Look at the picture of my family, y'all. You know, smoke detector going off in the background. This me, y'all. This where I live, y'all. This is not what we should be depicting of ourselves. And because we depict it ourselves, other people have the right to portray that as this is what we are. And we should be ashamed of it. We should be ashamed because even if it is where we are right now, it's not where we want to be. So therefore, if it's not what we want to be, why do we let other people portray this and then be proud of it? And if you think they love you, if you have any inkling that these people like you or love you, let's look at some of the things they say about you. Since blacks love to vote for Democrats, let's look at the things that Democrats, if you want to pull up number one, Mr. Producer, and we'll read through that as soon as you get there we go. Oregon's educational policy changes. In 2021, Oregon's governor, Kate Brown, signed a law removing the requirement for high school students to demonstrate proficiency in reading, writing, and math to graduate. The rationale was to benefit students of color, but critics argued that this policy lowered academic expectations for minority students, potentially hindering their future opportunities. She thought so much of you guys, she wanted to lower what school actually was. Reading, writing, and arithmetic? Nope. These black idiots can't do that. They just can't do that. Why do we expect them to know math? That's numbers and stuff. All they know. That's what they know. Did I do that too good? Did I do it too well?
I'm speechless.
That's what they do. That's what they expect us to act like. They expect us to act like animals. They expect us to just be so stupid we can't accomplish anything. Let's go to the next one. Number two. And this is something that took place in Charlotte. And it's the economy. And yeah. So Charlotte Stoker Manning, then chain of the women in NAACP, commented on Mitt Romney's proposal for entrepreneurship and savings accounts, stating he's talking about entrepreneurship saving accounts. Black people can barely find a way to get back and forth from work. What? I guess we just swing from branches. I guess we don't use phones. We just write little phrases on a coconut and throw it and see who catches it. We just so dumb, right? And here's the thing. I'm not one of those black people that think we are dumb. I'm not one of those black people that say, well, man, I don't identify as black anymore because black people have disappointed me so much. I'm not one of those people. I actually have such a high self esteem and such a high regard for our people that I think we are not meeting our expectations. We're not living up to what we could be. I don't think that we're living up to our true potential. It's not because we can't, it's because we refuse to. My dad always taught me real black pride. Real black power is to when you look at yourself and say, no one is holding me down. No one is stopping me from getting where I want to go. The only reason why I'm not where I should be is because I haven't worked hard enough because can nobody compete with me when I'm working as hard as I know I can. That's real black excellence. Nobody can hold me down. There is no white man holding me back. You crazy if you think somebody can stop me from reaching my goals that I want to achieve because their skin color. So if a racist come by and say, I don't want you to make it, you think they're gonna stop me? I'm gonna knock them over as I get to my goal. And here's the problem. Too many black folk don't think like that. We think, oh man, I just can't do it. Somebody's stopping me from achieving something. No, you're stopping you from achieving something. You can go where you want to go. Nobody's stopping you. If you gonna have black pride, have it all the way. Stop making excuses. Let's read number 3. Oh, Joe Biden's infamous poor kid statement. During a 2019 campaign event, Biden stated, "Poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids." Now, to Joe Biden's credit, he is a complete idiot. To his credit, he's a raging buffoon that's working with half his brain tied behind his back, and the other half is stuck up his butt somewhere. So no one really knows what he was saying. He's talking about pony soldiers and whatever he be talking about, jibber jabbering all the way throughout his whole 4 year campaign. The idiot couldn't even put two words together. I really think they was holding the dead man up there, moving his hands and making him talk. He was a terrible president on all accounts, and the only person who would have been worse than him is Kamala Harris. But even that, he put enough words together to let you know what he thought about you as a black person. He put enough of them words together to let you know how much of an idiot he thought you were. Poor kids are just as smart as white kids, implying that poor kids are all black. They're just all black. Why would you even have to say they smart if you it's so many, you could go so deep with this. Why would you even have to point out that they smart black kids, which is what he was hinting at? Why'd you even have to point that out if they are? They would just achieve. You don't have to point out that poor Asian kids are smart because they achieve. All right, so let's go to the next phrase. Next one, number 4. Actually, do we have? I don't know even know if I want to. Well, I'll read it, but it's not the one I thought it was. It's just about the artist, Mr. Prince again. I think we already read that, so I'm not gonna go over it anymore. But Mr. Prince, he's a liberal from Britain, and this is what I'll say about the whole thing. A lot of people don't really know why they're upset by this depiction of the black community being this homely looking statue. And it's a phrase that's not used enough, especially when it comes to the left. The racism of low expectations is by far the most prominent racism that we have today. I'm going to say it again for those who didn't hear it. The racism of low expectations is by far the most prominent form of racism we have today. It's not the racism of calling you a monkey. It's not the racism of you, some lady in a park using the N word. The biggest form of racism we have is when they say we just can't expect little Taquan to achieve. We can't expect DeQuavius to do anything with his life. We can't expect Tyrone to stop shooting DeQuavius. We just can't expect that. So we got to take guns away because we can't expect Tyrone to stop shooting. We got to lower the standards because we can't expect DeQuavius to get anything above a 1.5. We gotta let people out of prison because Boo JJ, who been locked up 18 times, we can't expect him to stop committing crimes. So if we don't let him out of prison, he ain't gonna never see his mama. He a good kid, he ain't do nothing, and he ain't gonna never see his mama if we don't let him out of prison. You see how stupid they make us? You see how lame they expect us to be? You see how little expectation they have for us? It's dumb. It's dumb to go to people who have such a little expectation, such a little way of looking at you. They look at you as you are ants beneath them and expect those people to do something for you. These people don't love you. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. They don't care about you. You are just a stepping stool for them to get where they want. As soon as they can figure out a way to get the Hispanic vote to be Democrat, black people, they is not gonna care about you. Are you crazy? You think they ain't doing nothing now? You think they gonna care what you gotta say? They already replaced y'all in Chicago. In Chicago, when the illegal immigrants came and said we need a place to stay, they took that tax money that came from the black community and said, "We don't care about y'all no more. It's more of them." And that goes to show you they don't care about you. This is their depiction of you. This is how they view black people. This is how they view black culture. Angry, homely, ugly, swamp donkey of a woman statue that's going to represent you. And you better be happy with it. We can go to the next segment. And, if anybody is tuning in live, I'm thanking you for tuning in. We just getting started here on the righteous edge. We trying to do big things. I know that, me and my brother was on the last show. We had a good show. I'm going to try to bring more people on, and I'm going to try to go live with those people. We can get their live perspective on a lot of things. I just had somebody in the comments. One thing I do want to do, Mr. Producer, if we one of the things I do want to do is have, like, even when we get popular, if we do get popular and we get thousands and thousands of followers one day, is to go through the best comments on the last video. Like, have a segment where we like talk about the best comments and some of the hate comments. I want to get some. We had a hate comment from a Hebrew Israelite. These all of them are idiots. I haven't met one of them with at least two brain cells to rub together. I don't think I've ever met a smart Hebrew Israelite. Anybody who could believe such dumb things, I don't know if you have more than 60 IQ, but I do think that going live and having a debate on a topic like that would be incredibly entertaining, if not very frustrating for me, but incredibly entertaining for at least people to see. Dang, these people really don't know anything. But on to the next topic. Let's see. Oh man, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so what's women's propaganda right now? Women love to say, oh, we have our own minds. We come on, we just want the ability to be able to choose things for ourselves. Feminism is about choice. I don't know why I'm moving like Stevie Wonder, but feminism is about choice, right? So feminism is about making the decision that you were not able to make in the past. You weren't propagandized, were you? It wasn't a CIA thing where they came in and tried to get you to, leave your family so they could tax the whole population instead of half. That's a secret we're not supposed to talk about. It wasn't that. It was your own choices. This is what women want to do. Women are not affected by propaganda. There's no such thing as propaganda. There's just Disney movies and people go see them and they like them and they go see the next one, right? There's no propaganda here. Well, Mr. Producer, we can get that video started up, but don't play the sound because the sound might be copywritten or something. But I want to show you guys some propaganda that we see in today's day and age. And it's insane. We'll let it play real quick. Well, no, yeah. There it is. Woman going down the escalator and she has a bunch of baby items. And woman coming up is like another version of her with Chanel bags and all this expensive, probably makeup and stuff you probably can't even afford, right? All this stuff, right? And you see her, look at the face. You see the face. You could get it's fine. You could take it down, but you see her face, the face of the woman going down with all the baby stuff. She looks so distraught. So like that could have been me. That could have been. Oh, what a world it could have been. Oh, what a world. Oh, what a world it could have been if I just didn't have children. Oh, all the cool expensive things you could buy if you didn't have kids. And it hit me with something because I always have hated feminism for what it's done and taught to the young generations. But I was able to simplify it with this single thought. And I thought to myself, the reason why women need the patriarchy, the reason why we need male leadership is because women, a large majority of them, will trade in the joy of children for a Birkin bag. They'll trade in the whole next generation and thriving human society for a Chanel purse. Really consider what I'm saying here. Society is on a decline when it comes to birth rates. Don't be fooled with this nonsense, this liberal propaganda of we have too many people on the planet and the ozone is being destroyed because of our pollution. Don't believe none of that crap. That's all propaganda. It's all a lie. The truth is, our birth rates are not where they should be. We're not at replacement levels, meaning that we won't have enough people to take care of the old people in about the next 30, 40 years. We won't be able to replace what they're doing and some of the things and the skills that they have, the skill sets they have. When they die, they'll be gone forever, and we don't have enough people to learn. That's a real big problem. And women will destroy all of society for a Birkin bag. They'll say, I don't want to have kids anymore. And that's what they're doing now. For those who thinking that it's gonna happen in the future, it's happening now. There's not enough women having children, and it's quite insane that feminist propaganda has worked. It's working. Do you understand? It ain't like it's something that we're gonna teach our kids about in the future. It's working. And for those who thinking you're not being propagandized or that it's something undercover, it's not. Every feminist actor, well, first let's not even say every feminist actor. Every female actor is a feminist. Every female person they put in front of you is a feminist. Every person that they put on TV that has a role that they encourage, that they say is a strong woman, is a feminist. I have a challenge for you if you don't think so. Name 5 famous actors that are female that believe in traditional marriage. Just 5 out of all the millions of people in Hollywood. I can't name one. That's a problem because the other side is not even being represented. You don't think that's a problem? You don't think that's propaganda? There's obviously people who believe the opposite side. Where are they in Hollywood? The biggest place we have to push propaganda, Hollywood. Where are they at? So, Mr. Producer, if we can just pull up Chelsea Handler. Here's propaganda for you. For those who say all feminism isn't prenatalist nonsense where they're telling you not to have children. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look at it. Chelsea Handler says in 2016 in her Netflix series, I don't think I'd be a great mother. I'm too selfish. I love my freedom too much. I'd rather be an example of a woman who lives on her own terms. That's what Chelsea Handler says. And Mr. Producer will be going through these Gloria Steinem if you want to pull her up while I talk about Chelsea. This is a picture of what's going on. This is not just them with their ideas. Oh, this is how rich people think. This is how all of society is because women are more easily convinced than men are. This is why you have to make the men weak and sissify them because women are already easily controlled. We wouldn't have any abortions if just men voted. So let's go to the next one. Gloria Steinem. What does she say? Not everyone with a womb needs to be a mother. When the pill came along, we were able to give birth to ourselves. It gave them the freedom to be as degenerate and run around and be the whore of the city as much as they want. This is sad because women are falling for this. And you see, it'd be different if I was saying women are falling for this and you didn't see it in society, like it was just you had to go out and look for it. But if you want to see feminism, just turn on the TV and turn to any show or cartoon. Every man is a bumbling idiot. Every woman is the leader. Every woman is kicking every dude's butt. This is not something that that you should not. Everyone should have seen this by now. The next one, Jennifer Aniston, that lady who used to be pretty, but now she kind of old and wrinkly. Jennifer Aniston quoted in Allure. There's a pressure on women to be mothers, and if they're not, then they're deemed damaged goods. Maybe my purpose on the planet isn't to procreate. Maybe I have things I'm supposed to do. Ooh, she a woman girl and it's things she's supposed to do. Why can't she have kids? Cause it's things she's supposed to do. Why is the whole human race dying off? Because there's things she's supposed to do. What's wrong with having children and being a happy mother? Why is that not important? Because there's things she's supposed to do. When you got things you supposed to do, being a mother is not that important, is it? But these things you supposed to do is somehow so important that being a mother takes the background. To Jessica Valentine, if you want to pull that up. She wrote that book, Abortion. Our bodies. Women's women love these phrases like live, life, laugh, love, and all that gay stuff. Abortion, our bodies, their lives, and the truth we use to win. They love these little phrases where they can all hold hands and cry in the middle of like a forest somewhere. They like that type of stuff. Not all women, just women like this. Jessica Valentini. If being a full-time parent is so great, why don't more men do it? Possibly because we lose in everything in divorce court and we lose custody of our children, whether we bear a parent or not. But let's get back to it. If being a full-time parent is so great, why don't more men do it? And if motherhood is women's natural imperative, why do men need to create laws to force them into it? I can answer that question for you, idiot. It's because we never expected y'all to be the biggest murderers on the planet. We never expected for 1 second that if you give women the right to murder their own children, they would go in droves and that would be the main thing they vote on. The audacity for women to claim to have the moral high ground when they murder more than any group of men has ever done in all of history. The Holocaust didn't kill as many people as abortion has. And women say that it's their right. You can't blame men for this one. Y'all the ones marching around with signs saying it's all right, my body, my choice. When you killing another baby's body, that's not yours. It's not your body. So the audacity of them to think that and be saying these little slick comments. Why do we need to create laws to force them to have a baby? To use the term force to have baby is disgusting. That's like me saying like, oh, my child is on the ground bleeding. Are you going to force me to render aid to them? It's my body. They're on the ground bleeding, but I don't have to help them. People will call you a despicable individual if you didn't help. They would say, that's your child. Help your child. Well, I don't shouldn't have to use my body to help them. They got themselves in that predicament. I shouldn't have to help them. So you see how stupid that sounds? Here, let's go to the next one. It is Lena Dunham, that lady with the weird face. Lena Dunham in 2018. I've never wanted to be a mom, and I'm tired of people telling me I'll change my mind. My legacy will be my work, not a kid. You don't think this is propaganda for women to hate having children? Which one of these women said anything positive about motherhood? Which one of these women who have these gigantic platforms, I'm willing to bet each one of them, if you go on their X or on their Instagram or whatever social media, They have so many followers that they could probably tell people, "Hey, buy this type of purse," and that purse will be sold out for the next few months. That's how much influence they have. To say that that's not propaganda is insane.
One more comment, Jack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chantel M. Dick puts, for the same reason we had to make murder and rape illegal, because people are sinful.
Absolutely. People are sinful and they love darkness because their ways are evil. That's why. That's why we got to stop it. That's why we got to force you to not kill your own kids. It's like I don't can't see any other context where that logical. If life is so good, why are you stopping us from taking a shotgun and shooting you? That's the logic these people use. They're dummies. Like, and to take something as beautiful as mother, we just had Mother's Day. And one of the beauties of motherhood is to see a woman in her natural habitat. To see it's sound kind of funny. It's compared to such an animal like that. But to see a woman in her natural position of mother, when the way they care for their children, it's a beautiful thing to behold. And I'm not saying that unironically because y'all know I don't like to say gushy stuff. It's beautiful to see a woman take care of her baby, to see her, and you they have this innate sense of, oh, the baby's about to cry, oh, the baby needs a diaper change, oh wow, the baby is smiling at me, oh, I know how to make the baby laugh. You have to hold the baby in a certain way so he doesn't just, babies, if you ever held them, they flutter around, they flip, you have to hold their head up because they don't have enough muscle strength. When they're really young, they can't even crawl correctly, so you got to watch them so they don't suffocate themselves. And to see that beauty and that care and that nurture be turned around into, well, I just want to buy another Birkin bag, so I'll kill my own child. You can't separate the parallel of what it is, and what it actually is sacrifice to self. In the same way that people used to sacrifice to demons so that they would have a good harvest, we are sacrificing our children for the sake of our future selves. And it's not even for anything good. It's for straight up hedonism. Let's go to Roxanne. Roxanne, Roxanne. That song is super gay and it's pretty lame. I don't like that song. Roxanne. Roxanne gay. Ah, works out perfectly.
Nice segue.
I know. Roxanne Gay, 2017. I am not a mother, and I don't want to be one. I don't feel incomplete without children. I don't think I'd be a better person for having them. I don't think she'd be a better person either, to her credit. And I'm not even up here saying that all these women should have children because they're all terrible people and horrible and they don't need to be anywhere around children. So I'm not making the argument that they should have children, but I am making the argument that it's bad that they encourage the next generation not to have them. You don't want to have kids, keep it to yourself. Stop trying to influence all these other women. That is the feminist thing to do. And for those who say, well, they're not convincing, well, here's the problem. You don't see the other side, do you? You don't see anybody saying anything other than what they're saying. The only thing they're putting in the atmosphere is don't have children. You don't see anybody pushing to have children. It'd be different if you saw one side and then you saw the other and you can make up your mind. The only thing they're acting as if it exists is a side not to have children. The feminist nonsense they're pushing. It's crazy. Don't sit up here and tell me it's not propaganda. It's propaganda. They're propagandizing the next generation to do something terrible. And this is something about too that if you study Satanism and you study what Satan does, he does this thing where he tries to push mankind to make an irreversible mistake, whether it be killing your children, whether it be offing yourself, whether it be cutting off your dingaling and becoming the opposite sex. Satan, his belief, his philosophy is to push you to making a decision that you can't turn back now. Now it's done. And what he's doing with a lot of these women is he's taking away their ability to have kids, and these women are trying to at the last minute make a a Hail Mary throw and freeze their eggs and stuff. And I seen a video just the other day. I wish I would have got it for this, but I seen a video just the other day where this woman was crying because she froze her eggs and now she was like in her mid 40s and she was trying to have a kid with the frozen eggs. And something happened with the process where none of the eggs were viable. And I would say I laughed, but I didn't. It was sad, man. It was sad because she wanted to have kids and she never will. She never will have children because she believed the lie of feminism. She believed it. And men are not at fault either. I mean, not to be they're not innocent in all of this either. Because a lot of men believe this feminist nonsense too. And instead of doing what I'm doing, like putting it to death, making fun of it, burning it, destroying it every time you see it, they put up with it. They let their daughters do this goofy stuff. You see your daughter cutting her hair off and turning it blue and talking about patriarchy. Oh, that's just a phase. You need to stop that. I'll tell you what I would do. Oh, this patriarchy pay for you to live. If you don't like the patriarchy, go find another place to live that's gonna pay for you. See if feminists come and rescue you. This patriarchy protect you when bad people try to break into our house. See if this feminism is gonna protect you. Feminism ain't nothing without men to do anything anyway. So let's see here. I think that's pretty much all of our topics, ain't it, Mr. Producer? Did you have any comments on anything? I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but
No,
you got any comments? Nothing. Okay, well, here's the thing. This is our first time going live. Let me do an outro real quick and just talk about some of the things we plan to do because with this channel, I think that we can go places with it. I really do think that we can grow. We could build an army here. We need Christian men to be strong. We need Christian men to be unapologetically masculine. We need people to be able to say what they think and not be scared or and to not be worried about being canceled. And to have such a friend group and a masculine men group around them that even if they do get canceled, they have a support group. I want to build that because part of men becoming weak, the reason why they're becoming so weak is they don't have other men around them. They trying to do it alone. We're trying to figure it out. This is the reason why so many young men are going to people like Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit and all this type of stuff, which some of the stuff they say is true. You can be mad, but some of it is true. The reason why they're going to that red pill content is because they don't have enough men around them that are saying the right thing. They don't have enough men around them that are giving them godly principles. And then they go searching for the truth and they find this guy. And who's to say what Christians often do that's wrong is they'll say, well, Andrew Tate is evil. You shouldn't listen to him. And then the young man is saying, but nobody else is being masculine. Nobody else is telling me how to get girls. Nobody else is telling me to be strong and lift weights. Nobody else is telling me to defeat my enemies. Then I go to church and I see these weak men with buns in their hair, fluttering around, singing songs with a guitar saying, Jesus, I want to hold you in my arms. No one thinks that that should be Christianity, or no man who does not know Christianity thinks that that is where he wants to be. When you depict Christianity in such a weak way, no triumphant music, no triumphant spirit, no warrior mentality. This is why a lot of young men are leaving the church. And before I end up, I'll say this. You can reach us at the Righteous Ale. Righteous Ale.
righteous
the righteous the righteous edge at gmail.com. And if you have any topics or anything you want to talk about, or if you want to even have like some live show where you reach out, any of those things, you can reach out to us and we will respond to you. We want to keep growing the community, keep growing the show. The last thing is I'll say is we're gonna keep putting out content for you guys. and continue trying to go live as much as we can. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, Mr. Producer, we out of here.